Alright, let's try to knock out another episode of Orioles Franchise here in MLB The Show 25. Like the video, subscribe to the channel for more MLB The Show content. We got Zach Eflin on the mound trying to go for the sweep of the Blue Jays against Chris Bassett. Eflin has not been good for me so far this year. All right. You know what? What's wrong with it? Everybody's having a good day. Let's enjoy the game.
And welcome to the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. The show has an AL East matchup. It's the Toronto Blue Jays taking on the Baltimore Orioles. Well, Singy, today's starter has really struggled of late. He's been missing his spot.
There you see Zach Eflin. We'll talk about his struggles.
A slump like this, every little thing feels like it's going against you. He'll look to settle in.
He's got a good strikeout to walk ratio. Too many walks, in my opinion, especially for him. Got a 160 whip.
First pitch coming at you right after the break. All right, just about set to go. And on the hill here today, Zach Eflin. What's the scouting report on him?
He's had his ups and downs in his career as his ERA is just over 4, but this is a guy that's not afraid. He's going to take the ball, he's going to go out there and give it his best.
Here's Bo Bichette.
Line to right, and that'll be a base hit.
Caught way too much plate.
So a runner aboard to start the
Was trying to get it to the edge of the zone.
He needed that one. It's been a tough stretch at the plate lately. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
In the air, left field, down the line.
Ran out of hold of it, but it went foul.
Gets his lead at first with nobody out. Squirts away a little bit.
Nice block to keep it in front of him.
The 1-2. Swing and a line drive, base hit out of the center field. Just kind of sliced that one into center.
A couple of singles back to back. You'll often hear the phrase short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive into center field.
That one not close, and that's ball 3.
Well, the best way to shake off yesterday's struggles is to get on the board early. They've got a guy in scoring position. They've got to find a way here to get him in.
And they're all loaded up.
Well,
the bases are loaded with nobody out.
It's all about creating opportunities, and this is one of them right here.
Anthony Santander in the box now. Takes strike 1. Breaking ball misses down and away.
You need a strikeout, and you need a ball perhaps on the ground for a double play, or get yourself a pop-up, something, but you've got to make some pitches. But if he can battle and get through this, he can earn some points.
In the air, right field, Laureano gets there, he's under it, makes the grab. Runners tagging from second and third. And they'll score first, it's 1-0.
So many times that one gets out of here, and into the seats, but he'll take the sac fly RBI. Good job to get that run in from third.
Little chopper rolls foul. That's the ball. This one in the dirt. Nothing happening on the bases, though. 2 on, 1 out. Foul ball there. And the pitch. Line drive. Here's Holliday for 1. And that's
Nice double play. Got out of the inning.
a run on 2 hits, and they lead 1. On to the bottom of the first. It's the Blue Jays 1.
Blue Jays do get
Orioles
1.
Nothing. Back now at Oriole Park. Our starting pitcher in this one, Chris Bassett.
Yeah, his ERA last year was a little worse than average, so definitely be looking for better results this season. You know, one of the keys is just being able to have a consistent delivery and to be able to
Holliday
that delivery
turns
so
on the
you can
first
hit the
pitch.
spots that you want to hit and have a higher
And it's a
chance of
long
being
fly ball to
successful.
right, just before the
Now,
warning
take a look
track.
at the Orioles lineup put together by manager Brandon Hyde. And a big factor for them in recent games, Ryan O'Hearn.
This guy had an on-base percentage of over 400 last month. That's just telling you he's taking his walks, he's getting his knocks, he's finding some holes. Everything just going really well for him right now. But don't overlook the fact that that happens because he's having consistently good at-bats.
1 out, bases empty. Misses with the 2-0, and he's fired 3 straight outside the strike zone.
Gunnar Henderson is next, still hitting under 200 for the season. That's got to turn around if the Orioles want to improve. It's honestly a little surprising that they're over 500 with him playing so poorly.
The other way, and it stays fair.
And that's going to drop in there for a base hit down the right field line. He went the other way with the ball.
That swing is all about confidence. Sitting pretty with a 3-0 count and using it to your advantage instead of wasting what turned out to be a good opportunity. A great job of hitting, and the result is a single. Good stuff.
Beautiful hit right down the line.
Runner on at first with 1 gone. Gunnar Henderson, the next to hit for the Orioles. 0 for 6 in the series so far. Swing and a miss.
No ball. 1 strike.
Tying run is at first. Here in the 3rd and final game of the series. That one catches the zone. 0-2. Next offering is outside.
See if you can go upstairs a little bit. Make sure you miss up and out of the zone since you're heading to count 1-2. Don't miss in the zone because that's where you can get hurt.
Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Clase pulls
That
it
ball's a
down.
run down in the center. One of those games.
Batting fourth, designated hitter, Ryan
O'Hearn comes up to hit. He's someone that really beats up on right-handed pitching. The lefties, however, give him a little bit more trouble. And that's in there at the knees.
Really good cutter that he's able to front door and back door. That pitch is devastating.
Just misses the mark outside the zone.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Not close with that one. Yeah, that's ball 2. Urias off of first with 2 away. Fouls that off to the left, and we'll do it again. Now it's 3-2.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so
Runner will be off.
should definitely score it.
That one ripped.
And that's going to be a double for O'Hearn. Going to tie this game up.
Urias around third. He'll score easily.
Well, that worked out as good as it could have. We mentioned the RBI opportunity with the runner moving on the 3-2 pitch, and he cashed in by finding a hole in the outfield. You know, that takes a little extra concentration in the box because of the movement on the base paths. Easy to get distracted, so that was a really nice job there.
So, runner at second, 2 down. Ramón Urías, the next to hit for the Orioles. And that one is lifted in the air. Santander in pursuit.
He got the first pitch fastball. Looking for it. Got it. Hit it. But not hard enough.
All even at 1 apiece. Major League Baseball is on the show.
But O'Hearn ties it up for the Orioles. Ramón Urías scores.
All set for the start of the inning. Here's the third baseman, Ernie Clement. Eflin back to work. Just missed. And now 2-0.
When you get ahead in the count, there's no doubt that the success rate goes up, and that's what he's been doing. It's made a big impact for him in recent games.
Swing and a ball.
Right to Gunnar Henderson. 1 out.
Makes the grab. 1 away. Here's Andrés Jiménez.
Andrés Jiménez.
And he takes a strike. Tied up here in the early going. That one's upstairs, ball 1. Rusty Valentine doing the umpiring behind the dish for us. Maybe the best name in the league.
Yeah, that's a solid one, no doubt. I mean,
Strike
who's
2.
better to ask than you? I kind of wonder if Rusty's his actual name or just a nickname.
Yeah, no clue. Next pitch in the dirt. 2-2.
Anyways, Rusty's got a good zone, very good on the corners of the plate, but he'll give pitchers a little bit above the letters and below the knees if they're earning it.
Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Popped up to the left into foul ground. Did he trip? What happened?
Come on, could not get there in time. Another foul ball strike.
Head first dive.
This one's flying out to right field. Laureano is there. 2 outs.
2 up, 2 down. Here's the catcher to hit, Alejandro Kirk.
Catcher, Alejandro Kirk.
First pitch doesn't find the zone. 2 outs, base is empty. Next offering is in for a strike.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Puts it in the air out towards left
And
center.
Captain Kirk flies out the Mullins in right center field, or left center field rather.
And that is that. We go to the bottom of the second, tied 1 apiece. And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom of the
Eflin with a
second.
much
Center
better
fielder, Cedric Mullins.
second inning. 1-1 in the bottom of the second.
Fought off foul. Mullins launched a homer in his most recent game. That's in there, and the count is 0-2. Outside corner, got him looking.
Well,
Nice
not really
pitch.
sure why he let that one go by. I mean, out of the hand, it had a lot of the strike zone. Sure, it had some good arm side run.
Probably should have swung to protect.
The outside part of the plate, but with 2 strikes, you got to be ready to swing it there, and you can't leave it in the umpire's hands.
And here comes the power hitting catcher, Gary Sanchez. Swinging a foul straight back. Strike 2.
Good late sink on that fastball. Out of the hand looks so good, and then by the time it gets in the hitting zone, hard to get the barrel to it.
Almost got him.
Nope, that's low.
Back to even.
1 down, base is empty. Pitch in the dirt, And the count's full.
Okay.
Now pitching for
Jake
Toronto.
Bloss. Ready or not.
Bassett had to be removed from the game, and here comes Jake Bloss, who has been beat up in this series.
That's a walk. Went with another changeup and missed the spot.
Pretty good pitch on 3-2, right around the knees, but just no help from the umpire.
Left fielder.
One gone runner at first. Heston Kjerstad, the next to hit for the Orioles.
You would think after the results of the first two games, Bloss would not be used in this game, but I guess forced because of injury.
Ball one. Movement in the Blue Jays bullpen. Brendan Little, the southpaw, is throwing and getting that sinker dialed in. Rips that one center field, and there's
Base hit for Kjerstad.
And that forces the runner to hold on at second. 2 on with 1 away.
He was all over that one. Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch he could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good.
First and second, 1 out. Here's Ryan Mountcastle. 3 for 6 in the series so far. Ball 1, no strikes.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
1 out. Ryan Mountcastle up with a runner on first and second. 1-1 game here in the bottom of the second.
And the 1-0 misses low. Swing and a pop-up.
Mountcastle got his fastball.
And that's a foul ball.
And it went foul.
At second, Kjerstad over at first with 1 away. Time asked for at the plate prior to the 2-1 pitch.
He was just late on it.
That one misses. 3 balls and a strike. Jackson Holliday in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. On the ground. And foul ball. Runners at first and second with 1 gone. Bottom half of inning number 2. And that'll load the bases.
Ball 4. Bloss has walked the bases loaded.
Play off some really close pitches, and somehow he found a way to keep the bat on his shoulder right there. I'll tell you right now, I couldn't have done it.
Of course, Holliday had the big blow in an earlier game in the series with an RBI, a 3 RBI triple.
Swing and a foul back, and that's out of play. Foul at the plate. Bases loaded. 1 away. Checks his swing. Now an appeal to third.
I expect to get rung up there.
Held it back there.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
And a 1-2. In the dirt. Wow, that's a great job behind the dish there. 1 out, base is full. And it remains 2-2.
Okay.
Hard hit to right center. Clase pulls it in on the run. Relay throw. And he's
Sanchez scores on the sac fly. The Orioles take the lead. Cutter Henderson with an RBI.
Would have been a lot more than a sac fly if not for that nice play by the outfielder to track it down. Good job.
And honestly, I think if the right fielder had thrown straight through and didn't hit the cutoff man, Gary Sanchez would have been out by a mile.
into the box for Baltimore. Ramón Urías, 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far. Yeah, that's fouled off. 2 outs. Couple of base runners at first and second. This one in the air, center field. Clase has a beat on it. He's got it. And that is the third out of the inning.
After two, the Orioles have a 2-1 lead. Bassett is out of this game with an injury.
2 and the Blue Jays 1. Welcome back. Let's take a look at how the series has played out so far.
And let's see how Eflin does pitching with the lead. First batter he will face is Jonathan Chase. Or Kloss, I'm sorry.
And a bunt towards third. And it goes just foul. Gonna count 1 and 2.
1 ball, 2 strike.
Give me your heart. Give me everything you got.
And that's down and away. Swing and a
Pops it up.
Henderson. And there's one down.
Well, that was a pitch you got to crush. Unbelievable that he missed it right there. And I'm telling you, he is going to be frustrated with himself until his next at bat.
Bichette takes a ball as he stands in for the second time. And that's in for a strike.
At 40 pitches so far today. Sanchez is there.
Sanchez makes the catch for the out.
Bo Bichette is out.
Here's George Springer. 1 for 1 with a single so far.
And Eflin, since that little blip in first
Swings
inning,
and fouls one off. Springer,
is pitching quite well.
multi-time All-Star, batting second in today's lineup. A former first-round pick back in 2011. And that one upstairs, ball 1. And there's a strike.
The guy's going this good. He's retired 7 in a row. You got to step out of the box, fake bunt, do something to break it up.
In the air, center field, Mullins.
And he flies out to Mullins.
And that'll do it.
Back-to-back scoreless innings after a rocky first.
Back here
We go to the middle of the third with Gunnar, O'Hearn, and I forget who I have hitting fifth.
Fastball for a strike.
Good pitch to hit on a tee up in the zone. I think he was looking for something else right there.
That's outside. And now it's even 1-1. Fastball in the inside corner for a strike.
So far, all we've seen in this at bat are fastballs. Look for him to slow it down right here ahead in the count.
Base hit for Gunnar. Takes it the other way to left field. 1 on, nobody out for O'Hearn.
I think he choked up a little bit, maybe spread out, but he got the job done right there.
And now it's going to be Ryan O'Hearn just off the inside edge. Runner at first with no outs here.
His 10 RBIs lead the Orioles.
Now one miss. Swing and a ball lifted to
And this time O'Hearn flies out to center field.
Clase hauls it in, and there's one
One
away.
out. Runner still on first.
Here's Ramón Urías.
Batting, right fielder, Ramón Urías.
Check swing, and he held up.
Gosh, Boog, I think he's trying to deke the pitcher. There's no way he's thinking he can hit that pitch.
That's off the mark. 2-0.
Last two pitches have been down in the zone. Pitcher clearly trying to get that ground ball double play. But in this count, you're going to have to give in, elevate his pitches, and get back into this at bat.
That's a strike.
Nasty 2-0 slider there for a strike. That tells you he's got a lot of confidence.
All right, come on.
Next offering is in for a strike. Swing and a pop up.
Pops him up.
Territory for the catcher. He's got it, and there's 2 away. Cedric Mullins getting ready to hit.
By Jake Bloss standards in this series, he's actually not pitched badly.
Fires over to Guerrero, and they get Mullins for the out. And that
Beautiful shot at Camden Yards.
Lead off single, but leave him stranded. 3 innings complete.
Still, for my money, the best ballpark in baseball. I don't think there's a doubt about that.
And we're back. New inning getting started. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. There's a strike.
Well, these Blue Jays doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way. And I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of him. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense.
Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Fouls it back with 2 strikes.
Foul ball.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
A nice strikeout of Vlad. And ever since those first inning struggles, Eflin has really settled into a groove. Now, the Orioles still need to get him some more run support because I don't think a 1-run lead is necessarily going to hold up.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
You know, sometimes all it takes is getting to the next arm before an offense does any damage, and that might be the case today.
That one hammered, but pulled foul.
And that
Nice bid right there to
should have probably been gone.
From bending foul. He looked locked in on that swing. Pitcher better be careful with him right now.
Pitch misses. 2-1. And that's outside. That's ball 4. Tried another sinker, but couldn't find a zone.
Maybe a little loss
That is okay.
on the mound right
Rather
there.
face Nathan
Let's
Lukes
get to
anyway.
him first base with a quick free pass.
Lucas batting for the 2nd time, and that's strike 1. Cracks his bat, pops him up. Foul ball. The next offering misses, and that's ball 1. Blue Jays down a run. Fights that one away, still 1-2. And that's outside.
2-2.
Double play ball to second. Wide throw, and it gets away. Left fielder's right there, though, and no one moves up.
I should have taken the shore out
Two on,
first.
one out. Clement will hit next. Just missed.
At the dish, looking to lift the ball in the air in this spot. Anything but the inning double play, Boog.
And another ball. Fires to second for 1. And there's
4-6-3 double play. Jackson Holliday makes up for the error.
And his players made the play behind him. Nice job. 4-6-3 inning-ending double play.
Eflin is through 4. 4-6-3.
Welcome back, and they turn to a new arm as we kick off the bottom of the fourth. Brendan Little.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
Sanchez leading things off and takes a strike. Swing and a miss, chased it out of the zone.
0-2.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Next pitch is outside.
Let's see what Scary Gary can do.
Stays alive. The 1-2. And there's a ball.
Close pitch there, and he's kind of wondering where it missed. You know, getting a feel for each umpire's strike zone is something that pitchers and hitters really have to think about and work on from game to game, and sometimes from at bat to at bat.
Fouled off again. And it
We have
remains
9
3-2.
pitch at bat.
That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
And Gary Sanchez is going to battle all the way back and get a walk.
He's been really patient at the plate. The game plan that he's sticking to. He's just not going outside of what he's looking for up there.
Heston Kjerstad now at the plate. Swing and a miss. Missed that by a mile. 0-1.
You know, these Orioles showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. They've worked 3 walks already, so that proves they're not anxious up there. They're sticking to their game plan, and it's working.
Swing and a tapper that rolls foul.
Let's go, Heston.
2-2.
In the dirt, but kept close. That one way outside, and now it's 3-2.
These first 2 hitters really making him work out there. Already 14 pitches this inning.
Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. Squeezes it. The relay. Throw behind the runner. They've got him doubled off.
Heston flies out to left field. They double off Sanchez, who was breaking for second, thinking it was going to drop. And he couldn't get back in time.
I have to think they're going to have some discussions and probably some lessons learned about the base running decisions that were made.
So next a hit for Baltimore. Ryan Mountcastle. First pitch misses. 2 down, nobody on. We're here in the bottom of the fourth. Ripped to right. And it drops in, but a good job to keep
Mountcastle
it in.
with a single.
So back to the top of the Orioles lineup. Here's the second baseman, Jackson Holliday. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Mountcastle off of first with 2 away. Oh, he hit him.
Yeah, I got it.
And that got him pretty flush. And the batter now, Ramón Urías, 1 for 2.
This bullpen of the Blue Jays is not in good shape. And it did not. The Chris Bassett injury is certainly not going to help that over the next couple of days.
And there's a foul ball. First and second, 2 down. And the next pitch is way outside. That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going. Good job to fight that one off.
Let's go. Ramón surges into center field. Here comes the runner from second, and it is 3-1 Orioles.
Single, and they take a 2-run lead.
Comes through with the RBI. I can watch base hits like that one all day long. And so
Ramón Urías is going to do everything he can just to give you a professional at bat every time, and Mountcastle scores.
First and second, 2 outs. Gunnar Henderson, the next to hit for the Orioles. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
They were hoping for a much more quick, effective inning from Little instead of 29 pitches. Now this will be pitch 30 of the inning.
Left field.
Gunnar flies out to left field.
That is that.
And at the end of 4, it's 3-1 Baltimore.
Pick up 1 run on the RBI single. It's now a 3-1 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest.
Jason Hayward with a big 5 RBI. They highlight Dalton Varsho's last game against the Orioles, where he went broken 0 for 16 with a 2-hit performance, and the Athletics win in extras versus the Mets. Here's Andres Jimenez.
This one lifted in the air, left field, and that'll fall for a base hit. And they have their first hit.
Serves a single in the
a late jump, and I think that was the difference.
center field on the first pitch.
Easy seeing the ball off the bat, something to improve.
And now the catcher comes up to him. Alejandro Kirk checks over to first, back safely. Right through there for a strike.
Well, these Jays just aren't putting great swings on the baseball in this one. They're trying to find ways to drive the ball with some authority, but it's just not happening for them so far. 0 extra base hits in the game, so it's been tough for them to get anything going.
Eflin a move to first, and he's back in standing. And that's disengagement number 2.
Sometimes you have to keep chipping away until you break through, but it's a lot easier to put runs on the board when you have runners in scoring position because they put themselves there.
That one drilled left field. That's back there. Caught just shy of the wall.
Captain Kirk makes a bid to tie the game, comes just short as Kerstad runs it down on the warning track.
So digging in, Jonathan Clase. He's one of the faster guys just by pure sprint speed in the majors. And that's in for a strike. And it's 0-1.
This guy absolutely flies. The defense wants to turn 2, but they've got to get a ball they can do it with. Make sure you get the first out before you try to rush and get 2 and end up with nothing.
Ground ball could be 2. Here's Holliday for 1. Over the first, safe.
6-4-3. No double play though. The speed of Clase keeps him from getting doubled up.
Scored their only run. He's 1 for 2. Right side.
Eflin's giving the Orioles 5 runs now of 1-run ball.
It's the Orioles 3 and the Blue Jays. Back now to start the bottom of the 5th and taking over on the mound, Chad Green.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
O'Hearn in the box here lets that one go for a ball.
You know, these Orioles doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. One thing that really stands out to me is how they've only struck out 1 time. That's good discipline right there, and on top of it, they're producing more than a hit per inning.
just missed.
All those numbers mean this offense is really making the defense work by just putting the ball into play. Anything can happen at that point.
Ryan O'Hearn, turn and burn O'Hearn, makes it 4-1 Orioles.
He made him pay for that one. His second homer this series.
Goodbye home run.
It's 4-1.
That's a swing that'll boost the win probability for sure.
His second RBI of the game, and he continues to pace this offense.
Laureano comes up to hit, both 2 in this one. First pitch misses.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
Hop foul out of play.
Turn and burn Ryan O'Hearn.
Swing and a miss as he was late.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Fastball is outside. Nobody on, nobody out with a run in. Last half of inning number 5. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer. And now the center fielder, Cedric Mullins. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
1-0.
Cedric Mullins now goes deep. That's 2 home runs this inning off a green, and it is 5-1 Orioles.
Home run of the inning, and they add to their lead. It's 5-1. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now.
Base is empty, 1 away, and now it's the catcher, Gary Sanchez.
Still only 1 out in the inning.
And a foul ball. Still only 1 out here in the inning. A little bit low, and the count even 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
One down, base is empty. Swinging a foul straight back.
5-1 Baltimore over Toronto.
And the 1-2 misses to even the count.
Two runs across here on 2 home runs. 1 by O'Hearn, 1 by Mullins.
Runs it up to 96 to record the punch out. Now the left fielder, Heston Kjerstad.
You have to wonder how different might this game have been had Bassett not gotten hurt. And we had the pitching matchup that we thought we were going to have.
And it's fouled away. Battling here is
Again, O'Hearn with 2 big extra base hits.
Battling here is 2 big extra base hits. 2
Again, O'Hearn with 2 big extra base hits.
2 down, nobody on.
And O'Hearn is responsible for 2 of those 5 runs.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for
Or,
a long time.
pardon me, correction, 3 of those 5 runs.
That's too high.
The Baltimore Orioles.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one. But 2 round
504.
Welcome back as we take a look at how today's starting pitchers have fared so far. The right-hander back to work. And takes low for ball 1.
George Springer up first for Toronto. Toronto's got to chip away now.
Right through there for a strike. Swing and a ground ball up the middle on the run.
Right to Holliday.
Nicely done for the out.
Well, I'm impressed with this guy's internal clock. He knew he had plenty of time to take that
Another
extra
out
step,
for
turn his
Eflin.
grip on the baseball and make a strong, accurate throw.
Guerrero in the box now. No balls and a strike. Breaking ball misses down and away.
Well, they've
He had
kept him pretty
30
quiet
pitches in the
series.
first inning. He only had 80 total, so he's
Want to get that first knockout
had
away, maybe
50
more will come,
pitches
but
through
you gotta
4
give some credit
innings.
to the pitching staff. They've had a great plan against him.
This ball's chopped on the ground, and that's just foul. Swing and a ball popped in the air. And it's 2 away. And now the Toronto cleanup hitter, Anthony Santander. Just missed.
Well, as good as things can be, it can be a tough day at the office, even for the skippers. Seeing the offense just not able to get anything going.
2 down, nobody on. And we're in the top half of the 6th. And now 2-1. And a foul ball. 2-2 now. And they'll do it again. Dives and he can't hang on. He makes the throw, but it's not.
Santander gets a hit.
Come away without an out.
All Holliday can do is knock it down.
Find a way to keep the line moving for the next guy. So an infield single right there does the job. Nicely done, just putting it in play and getting down to first to keep this inning alive. You never know what might come next as a result.
One ball, 1 strike.
In the dirt, blocked. Here's a 1-1. There's the strike. Santander leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Dives, but it kicks off his glove.
Off Urias' glove.
Can't make the play.
And all of a sudden, the tying run is on deck.
Ernie Clement.
If Ernie Clement can come through with a base hit, this game gets very interesting all of a sudden.
1-1.
You do have pitchers warming in the bullpen.
Line to left.
Kerstad gets there.
And that is that. So they strand a pair.
Eflin makes it through 6.
Hit in the home half of the 6th. It's the Orioles.
And in the bottom of the
Last
6th.
half of the inning. And into the box for Baltimore, Ryan Mountcastle.
You know what? It's low leverage. Let's see if I can get things right with Cano. A low leverage outing.
Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. Springer there makes the catch, and a quick out, number 1. Jackson Holliday, the next to hit for the Orioles.
Jackson Holliday.
And first offering is
Holliday
bases empty, 1
hitting
away.
320 in his last 6 games.
That one's in there, and that's strike 2. Way inside, gets out of the way. One, 2 now. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. One down, base is empty. On the ground, right side. And he handles it himself.
Holliday grounds out the Vlad.
Now batting.
Ramón Urías, the next to hit for the Orioles.
Urias.
Urias, a former Gold Glove winner, 30 years old now, and he's a native of Mexico. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. That one back there.
Urias continues to have a great game and is now 6-1.
His first homer of the year, it's 6-1. That's their 3rd home run of the game.
They're having a lot
That's
of
3
fun
home
playing
runs for
this
the
one.
Orioles
They've
this
got
game.
the long ball working for them on autopilot. Well, I'm sure there's a big grin on his face right now, Boog. He's probably had some of those that didn't stay fair, but off the bat, it looked like it was going to bend foul. He was able to keep it in there, tucked it nicely. He gets the jog around the bases. Good for him.
Here comes the manager out of the blue.
1 for Urias, 1 for O'Hearn, 1 for Mullins.
Pitching for
Out of the
Toronto.
bullpen for the Jays, Ryan
Number
Burr.
43.
He pitched yesterday, and we'll see him once again. Gunnar Henderson, the next to hit for the Orioles. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1.
1 strike.
Turn and burn O'Hearn.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. Solo homer brings in 1 for Baltimore. And this is now a...
Now pitching for
Welcome
the
back. We're in the
Orioles.
7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound.
Number
Yennier Cano.
78.
And you know, bullpen guys can struggle sometimes when they're called upon with big leads because it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how sharp he is. Your mental toughness matters in situations like this as well.
Makes the grab.
Kerstad runs it down.
Now batting. Catcher.
2 pitches, 1 out.
Alejandro Kirk next up for the Blue Jays. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. Cano, a former All-Star. He features a sinker, a changeup, a slider, and he works in a 4-seamer. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Just missed. The Orioles leading by 5 here in the top half of inning number 7. Out to short, Henderson. Zips it across.
A nice ground ball.
Jonathan Clase next up for the Blue Jays.
Jonathan
Swing and foul
Clase.
back. That's out of play. And ball 1. Swing and a miss. Sanchez gathers, throws, not in time.
Sanchez can't gather it and throw him out.
Back
So it's a strikeout and a wild pitch.
Up to the dish. The shortstop takes the ball.
Well, if he's going to steal second, you want him to go early in the count. That way he's not a distraction to the hitter at the plate. Go ahead and get it out of the way so the hitter can focus on the pitch.
Kirstad again runs it down in left field. A good inning for Cano. Puts up a 0. Builds some confidence back up.
Now at Oriole Park, bottom of the inning. And now the DH, Ryan O'Hearn.
O'Hearn's had 6 RBIs in this series, 2 today.
It's really strong.
And that one is in the dirt. And it's 1-0. Late with the swing there.
Well, he just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up at that location, very
Ryan
difficult to
Burr.
catch up to, especially with that velocity.
Swing and a ball line to center. Makes a nice running catch. And there's one down. Ramón Urías, the next to hit for the Orioles. 0 for 3 in this one. On the ground, right side. Jimenez throw to first. And Laureano is retired. 2 down, bases.
Here's Cedric Mullins, another guy. 4 for 7 in the series. 2 home runs, 3 RBIs.
Already homered here in this one. And he swings over the top there.
0-1.
Swings through that. 2 really good back-to-back sliders, down an 0-2 count. He's feeling real confident about finishing this hitter off. He can go anywhere he wants.
And down on strikes. 3 up, 3 down, inning over. Nothing doing this time around for the O's. They still lead it though, 6-1. Ready to begin the 8th. Here's George Springer to start it off.
George Springer.
And first offering is fouled off. That's hard hit on the line. Laureano calls it in, and there's one away. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side.
Well, no base hits in the series for him so far, and it's clearly been a rough one. You just hope he's not pressing too hard, because that just compounds things. It makes the slump even longer. Never seems to help. Never helped me.
Don't you know, Cano?
2-2.
Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. Base is empty, 1 away, and we're at the top of the 8th. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And now 2 gone.
That's that classic wipeout slider below the zone right there. Just nasty. Looks like a fastball thigh high that you got to protect the zone, and then it's just that late break that fools you. Kind of makes you look silly.
2 outs. And that skips in the dirt. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Cut on and miss.
Got him.
And it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. So they make short work of him there. Home half.
2 very solid innings for Cano.
Pitching for Toronto.
Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Jimmy Garcia.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
On the ground, right side, and foul ball.
The ball is foul.
Off the mark there, and that's ball 1. struck him out looking.
Well, just excellent location on that inside fastball. Really locked him up. And as a hitter, it's not typically what you're looking for. You're trying to protect away and then in, so you can be a little bit tardy with 2 strikes. Hard to tell if he was fooled or if he thought it would be called a ball, but either way, that's a really nice pitch.
Toronto's bullpen with some action. Nick Sandlin up and loosening in the pen. Swing and a miss, 98 on the gun.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
Next pitch is outside.
This has probably been the Orioles' best game all season. And it's especially good if you may have gotten Cano right.
Ground ball left side. Fair ball. Around first, digging for 2. Throws to second. In safely. It's a double and his second hit.
Multi-hit game for him now, and the lack of results he's been having lately, I'm sure he's feeling some relief. With a pitch away, that's exactly what you want to do with it. Drive it the other way.
I don't know why you would bring Yimi Garcia in this situation.
It's off the mark and he scores. And it's now a 6-run
7-1 Orioles as they just keep piling.
The next to hit. And first offering is fouled off.
Jackson Holliday gets into the action with a 4th home run of the day. 9-1 Orioles.
Felt good, and they add on. It's 9-1. That's their 4th home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Boo. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the day.
Here comes
Pitching for
Nick
Toronto.
Sandlin. Takes over on the
Number
mound.
52.
And he's had 3 days off since he pitched last, so expect him to be totally rested. I'm sure he's itching for this opportunity right now.
Urias. Swings and misses for strike 1. Swing and a foul out of play. Line drive. Makes the grab for the second out.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you
The Orioles have put up 9 runs, and Gunnar Henderson has done nothing in this entire series.
But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
Henderson at the plate with 2 away. Swings through that one. Swings through that one.
0-2.
And he can't hold back. He's rung up on strikes. But they strike for 3 in the inning. 2 on this 2-run home run. Last chance.
Now pitching.
We're
for
back. It's the top of the 9th. And there's a new pitcher on the mound.
Number
CNL
58.
Perez. This is his 5th appearance of the year.
Well, don't expect too many more high fastballs. This is a good sinker ball pitcher, and sometimes they can make mistakes trying to pitch up in the zone. Look for him to stay down around the knees to be effective.
On the outside corner, got him looking. Didn't agree with the call at the plate right there.
In a game like this, that's just too close to take. It's a blowout game.
Good morning, good afternoon, good night.
Wow, umpire's saying, hey, let's go. Cut it loose. Swing the bat.
And that one fouled off. Swing at a high fly ball right.
And he flies out the...
Brings it in. And there's 2 down. So they're down to their final out. And now Andres Jimenez. And that's a little bit high. Ball 1. 2 down, nobody on. You're at the top of the 9th.
They were able to stay away from any high leverage arms.
And that one missing low. And there's the automatic.
Clearly taking all the
Orioles
way
lead by
through that
8.
3-0 count.
2 runs, 2 outs down, 2 people down in the 9th.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is if you are the offensive side of it.
2 outs. And that one is in for a strike. The Jays down to their final strike. Just outside. 2-2.
Balls, 2 strikes.
Oh,
In the dirt.
got him.
And that's the ball game.
2 strikeouts looking in the 9th. And the Orioles sweep the Blue Jays. In the last game of the series, it was an emphatic victory.
We'll see if they're able to do it in the next game.
5 home runs, I do believe. Player of the game was Ryan O'Hearn. An impressive all-around victory for the Orioles. All right, I will see you all in the next episode.